So some very interesting news has just dropped that has left a lot of people very shocked and confused as to what is going on. If you're unaware, or if you didn't read the title of this video for some reason, Glock has allegedly just announced that they will be discontinuing all of their models except the 43, 43X, and 48. Now, they will be releasing some newer models called their V series, I believe is what it's called, which the key thing here is they will not be able to be modified to have a switch attachment put on them. This is supposed to happen as of November 30th, when all of the older models will be discontinued and the new series will pick up. So for a lot of people, this has seemingly come out of nowhere. There's a lot to unpack. So let's try and dive in it a little bit. So in order to understand what's really going on, we have to back up a little bit, right? So a few months ago, the state of California recently passed legislation that essentially banned the sale of all Glocks as of 2026. And the reason behind that is because the Glocks could be easily converted to add what's known as a switch, because it was easily modifiable, and the state of California did not like that. If you are not living under a rock, or if you've listened to any rap song for more than 30 seconds, you know what a switch is. But if you're unfamiliar, a switch is basically an attachment that's added to a Glock, which is pretty simple to do. Illegal, by the way, so don't do it. But it would essentially turn the handgun into a fully automatic handgun, or machine gun as the state would define it. In this law, it specifically bans any semi-automatic pistol with a cruciform trigger bar that can be readily converted by hand or with common household tools into a machine gun by the installation or attachment of a pistol converter. So in short, that's what the law states. There's obviously more to it, but that's what's going on in California. But not only that is going on, over the years, Glock has been getting hit over and over again with lawsuits specifically related to the design of their pistol being so easily modifiable to add the switch that they are really attractive to criminals and are seemingly flooding the streets and increasing crime. Whether or not that's actually true is kind of up in the air, but that's just what's going on. Now, I do want to clarify, as of right now, Glock themselves have not officially confirmed whether or not they are discontinuing all of their models, but this has been reported by a lot of reliable sources. Most notably, I think Glock Store is the first I've seen report on this. So it seems to check out, but just note that Glock has not officially spoke on this yet. And frankly, I kind of don't really expect them to right now. So with the legislation passing, essentially banning the sale of their gun in an entire state, and lawsuits seemingly coming from every angle against the company, it's not really that surprising to see that Glock would make a move like this, but we have to acknowledge the fact that this is in fact a huge move for them to make. So the real question becomes, what does this really mean going forward? Because in these times, a lot of the anti-gun crowd and a lot of politicians these days love to point towards the actual gun companies themselves for the issues that we're seeing in the streets and criminal activity and things of that nature, right? Now, keep in mind, Glock has nothing to do with the creation of the switch, right? That was invented by someone completely separate from Glock. They just happened to create it for the design of Glock, but Glock has no affiliation with that. But because they actually have the design of the gun and are responsible for the manufacture of it, they're kind of being put in the hot seat because of the issues that we're seeing blowing up in the media. I think right now we're just living in a time where most of our fundamental rights, especially related to the Second Amendment and even privacy, if you want to throw that in there, are just under attack. And there are a lot of people in power who are working very hard to strip those away from us. Unfortunately, it's not going to stop, and we're going to continue to see things like this happen. And can we really do anything about that? I think that's the real question. But that's just my opinion on the matter. I can go deeper into that if you guys want me to, but I'll leave it at that for now. But I want to hear what you guys think. What do y'all think of this move from Glock? What are your thoughts on everything surrounding it, whether it be the lawsuits, the fact that they're coming out with new models to prevent the switch from being added, or anything related to the topic, right? Let me know down in the comments. I'd be interested to see some of you guys' thoughts, what you guys think, or any questions that you have. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. So I'll see y'all in the next one.